Hey everybody, here it is, early April, and it's time to get out in the garden, start doing some work. Right now we're right in the middle of this coronavirus pandemic. Kind of missing out some of the times to get to your favorite garden center. Start looking over the plants, get some ideas for what we're gonna do in the garden this year. So it looks like we're here at home a little more. I've got a few projects finished, got a few more to work on. Just thinking about what to do with some of the extra time. And for a long time, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel. There's been a lot of my favorite things to watch, like bonsai channels. A lot of my favorite bonsai artists or channel people with their channels have kind of inspired me to kind of show off some of my hobbies, highlight some things I like to do. And so as I was thinking about a channel, at first I thought, well, I just want to maybe talk about bonsai. I'm into beekeeping now, and I kind of wanted to take everybody along for some beekeeping as I grow my hives and explore that hobby. And then just horticulture in general. I'm a horticulturalist, been the horticulture manager at the local Rolling Hills Zoo for some time, 20 years now, actually. I really enjoy it, really enjoy being outside and gardening. The family does too. So I thought maybe I'd take you along today and maybe introduce some of the bonsai that I have. First of all, maybe show you my backyard. It's, like I said, it's early in the season. There's still not a lot of growth going on. Of course, none of the annual pots are put out or anything like that. Some of the perennials that we probably would have bought at the garden center already are not out or closed for business. So I went around a little bit this morning, just started doing a little bit of cleaning, and maybe we'll take a look around and show you what the yard looks like this early in the year, and then hopefully you'll be interested to stick around all summer and see how it progresses. So let's take a look. So this area here for the longest time was a dog kennel, and unfortunately my dog got old and passed on, so we removed the kennel, and there was a dog house there. You see that yellow spot on the house. Obviously when the house was painted, it didn't get painted there because it was covered behind the dog house. But that's one of my early projects. I'll get that done. This space is going to be the kids' garden area. I've got several of those 30-gallon plant containers, and we'll grow some vegetables in there for them. Shade garden over here. The blue barrels in the back are here for. We'll put some rain barrels up. We're due to get some new guttering this spring, and so at that time we'll hook those rain barrels up and collect some rain. So this is more of a shady garden here. So here's the patio I put in a couple years ago with the fire pit. A couple years ago, actually, it's been more like 10 years already. Anyways, we like to spend a lot of time out here, especially in the spring. The fall time weather's real nice. Have a nice little fire pit here. This space here, I had there was a big spruce tree here, and it died, and so I had cut it down, and it took a couple years to rot out the stump a little bit, chiseled it out, finally got around to digging it out, and then just planted a new cypress tree here. A little bit of wood we'll probably burn in the fire pit next night or two. It's a bucket of cypress seeds I'm soaking. I'm gonna do a video on that here pretty soon. But here's the rest of the backyard. Several years ago, I was involved in a project called the Backyard Almanac, and basically it was a documentary film being produced by a couple friends of mine, and they followed a backyard gardening, 4 different gardens in Salina for an entire year. And so like I said, I had tore up the whole entire backyard to garden here, and then our kids are 8 and 5, and they need a little more room to run, and the garden wasn't exactly working out to benefit them very well. So we've kind of changed some things around, kind of redesigning the garden a little bit. There's a Christmas tree. We're gonna chop that up and put it in the burn pit. While the compost, the bin there on the left-hand side, the full one, is a lot of the debris pulled off from the winter, and then you can see our coffee filters and eggs and stuff. And then hopefully by the end of the season, we'll have it chopped down to use, and we'll start using that here pretty soon. So let's look at the trees now. There's a little crab apple. The crab and the amber maple, they were the first ones to leaf out this year, and they got bit a little bit by frost. We had 2 nights ago, we actually got really cold, but I set them down on the ground to kind of protect them a little bit under the bench. Here's a elm tree. I just repotted that. There's some video I think I've got of it that I can put together and put a video out on that. That pot, I did not intend for it to go in that pot. I intended for it to go into a wooden box. The wooden box was too rotten, and I didn't have one built at the time for it, so I threw it in that pot. So don't yell at me in the comments if that doesn't look right in that pot. It is temporary. Some seedlings I started last year. I'll pot those up soon. I've got a lot of cypress trees. This one I dug about 3 years ago, and I lost dang near the whole thing. I had one leader come out of it, so I just chiseled off all the dead stuff last weekend. I put some cut paste on that edge, then I'll treat that. I took it all the way back to some good solid hardwood, and I'll treat that. The big thing on these trees is I'm still working on the root systems on them, and not so much the design yet. So these have pretty decent root systems under them now. Here's another tree dug at the same time. Same thing. I lost the stem at the time, and then it was all rotten softwood, so I just chiseled it all off, and then, like I said, I'll treat that wood. Oh, the sun's coming out. A little Caddo maple. I'm gonna keep this one pretty short. Basically working on the roots. I did just chop it all back pretty hard. Cypress seedlings I put together last year. Looks like they're getting close to leafing out. More cypress. 2014 elm I dug, and then this cypress I dug it at the same time I did the other ones, but I did not lose the trunk on this one, and I treated them all the same, so I'm not exactly sure what happened. And again, mainly working on the root system. Gonna train them all into flat top. I mentioned earlier that I got a lot of inspiration from other people's videos. I saw somebody else building boxes like this, so I set up in my shop and built the growing boxes I'm using here. The bench that you're seeing, I saw that somebody left instructions on their YouTube channel about those instructions, so I built those. And then down here on the ground are just other seedlings and stuff that I'm growing out. Here's a wisteria stump. I dug that a couple years ago. Again, working on root system primarily. Down in there I've got some wisteria seedlings I started, another crabapple started. There's several ginkgo trees down in there. Some Austrian pines working with. A couple willows in there. And then the back there are some cypress seeds that I'm starting there. So that's kind of what we got going on in the backyard right now. I hope you'll follow the channel and watch what we do with the backyard for the season. And like I said, if you have any suggestions on better equipment, microphone stuff to use, leave in the comments section. Also, if there's any particular tree that you really like and want to see up close right away, please let me know that too. I will be going through and probably doing a video about each tree. We'll do follow-up videos on them to see how they progress for the year. seedlings going on there. And then again, as I go out to the beehives, I'll take you out there. I'll take you out to the zoo with me a time or two. I'll show you around town. Show you my favorite coffee shop when it opens up again after we kick this virus in the ass. Can't wait for that. So, thanks for watching, and leave a comment. Tell me what you want to see on the channel, and hit the subscribe button. All right, take care. We'll see you soon.